It's currently 1:46. I'm extremely tired, but I felt motivated to make this video, so I'm gonna make the video. I basically will be talking about creating without limitations. I actually found that very interesting. It popped up in my mind, and I think that to create without limitations is to create without expectations. Because if you create with the thought that, oh, how many likes am I going to get from this post, or how many followers am I going to lose or gain from making this, or how are people going to see me or judge me from making this or saying this, I see creating as a journey to actually creating is actually a beautiful journey, and it's also one where you can discover yourself in the process. If you let yourself to just create without expectations, you see, you can never truly find yourself or what you like doing or what you like creating or who you are if you continuously rely on the expectations or validations of other people to prescribe some sort of value to the work you're putting out or what you're doing. When you create with expectations in mind, you're already limiting how far you are allowing yourself to be expressed, because you are now thinking, if I do this, what would people think? If I do this, what would people say? How many likes would I get from this? I don't think people will like this. I am scared to show people this. I am scared to act like this. The thing is, when you create without expectations, your creations become limitless because there is no longer any boundary between you and yourself. I think that for you to actually properly create or tune into yourself, you have to be able to tune out everything else other than your voice. And actually, social media is just mostly an extension of mainstream society. We focus so much on externalities to validate our self-worth that we forget that what matters is ourselves. Because what other people think ultimately influences how you see yourself if you rely on that. How people treat you ultimately becomes how you perceive yourself if you don't know yourself. I think that is why it is important to understand self-worth, because those once you understand what it is you are, you don't need people to tell you what to do or be. That's up to you. I feel like there's a world full of possibilities and endless creativity within yourself if you just allowed yourself to create without expectation. You see, right now I have found myself detaching from likes, follower count, and all of those things. And don't get me wrong, those things would be nice to have, but they are just nice to have. Like, that is what they are, nice to have. They are not going to be the reason I decide to stop or keep going. You have to be able to detach yourself from the expectations of other people for you to truly create without limitations. To create without limitations is to be able to look inwards and understand yourself. You can't create without limitations if you don't even understand yourself. There is an endless world of possibilities and creativity that resides within you, and the only way for you to access that is for you to throw what other people think away. I feel like I've just thrown myself into self-discovery, into the point that the fact that I thought this yesterday doesn't mean that I can't think this today, because that was what I could think of based on the information I had access to and what I knew about myself at that time. I think self-discovery is a beautiful journey, and a journey that I have just wholeheartedly thrown myself into, because I realized that self-discovery isn't or finding yourself isn't something that happens immediately. I feel it's a lifelong process that I've honestly allowed myself to commit to. I feel like a lot of people are so attached to their past selves that they are so scared to make room for who they could become. Damn, I'll be spinning bad, man. But yeah, the whole essence of this video was to talk about creating without limitations. And honestly, it's simple. Creating without limitations is essentially allowing yourself to create without expectations. Because if you create with the thought of what other people would think about you, or how people will perceive this, or how many likes, how many comments, or how many subscribers am I going to get from this, you are the extent to which you can create or what you can even come up with will be limited to what you think people are expecting from you rather than what you should be expecting from yourself. We put ourselves in boxes that we don't belong in because other people are expecting us to be there.
A mini pig, what can you offer? Snakes in the grass, no trust point and kill any imposter. Smooth travel, never stalking.